Hey man, say man, it's your Wednesday, man. It's episode 1, season 1. My first guest. I am honored.
Oh, I'm your first guest.
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. I've been on other podcasts, but I figured it was time for me to do my own thing the way I want to.
Yeah, that's dope.
So thank you for coming.
Yeah, no problem.
First of all, I haven't seen you in a minute,
Yeah.
and I think that you being from the RDU and getting popping and still coming back and still fucking with the people that's out here and still rocking with everybody that's still local, because a lot of people forget and they get big and they're like, nah, I'm gonna leave, go do what I gotta do, and forget, But thank you for coming.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So, first of all, I'm gonna let you say your name and where they can find you.
Yeah, my name's Anderson Burrus. And yeah, everywhere on social media, just my name. It's ANDERSONBURRUS. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's where I am on everything.
And you are from the RDU, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And do you feel like you're at the status where people you're at the grocery store, you're at Food Lion, they're like, yo, that's him.
I do go to Food Line a lot, so it's probably more so because I shop there all the time that they. I don't think it's
Yeah.
battle rap. It does happen though occasionally, and that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me feel good. But yeah, it's been pretty cool. Like that recognition that you get going out in public and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Mm. And you were born and raised here, so what had you get to where you are now? Like, take me down that timeline where you're like, oh, I started rapping here, writing here. Like,
Yeah.
what got you to be where you at?
Yeah, well, it was Jay-Z and Linkin Park's Collision Course album or EP where like they like I loved Linkin Park growing up, and then when like they did something with Jay-Z, I kind of discovered Jay-Z, and then by proxy like the Black album that came out, I think in like 2003,
Yeah,
and I loved the Black album, so I became
yeah,
a big Jay-Z fan, and then
yeah.
that got me into Kanye West, and then Lil Wayne with the Carter 2, and then Eminem, and when you see Eminem, then it's like, oh yeah, this is it's all over. Like I'm obsessed with hip hop now. Um, and yeah, so like those were kind of like the big artists that got me into hip hop around middle school,
Mhm.
probably. Um, and yeah, and then in high school, I got called out on a basketball bus. I was on the basketball team. I was on the JV team, and some varsity kids were in the back freestyling. And one of them called me out, and I went in the back, and I had seen like clips of 8 Mile. At
Mhm.
that point, it's like I knew what rap battling was,
Mhm.
and I just kind of just freestyled. It was like the first time in my life that I can really remember like I something came pretty naturally to me, and I was pretty good at it. And I really took the idea of like freestyling and rapping and the competitiveness with rap battling, and just kind of took it from I guess from like I was about 15 years old, and I started doing music and started making beats and started recording myself and filming music videos. So I got really into all these different aspects of kind of production and creativity within the hip hop realm. And I just didn't stop doing it. I'm 32 years old now, and
Mhm.
I'm still making videos. I'm still recording, and still making beats and all those things. And I get to kind of just keep doing what I love since I was 15. And then I went to NC State, and I discovered the cipher, which is where you and I met.
Yeah.
And the cipher was like a Monday night cipher at like 10 o'clock on NC State's campus, and it's a bunch of rappers from the area. We all come out, we just freestyle for hours, and
Mhm.
that was like one of the most fun experiences I've ever had in my life. Just every Monday going out and just freestyle with a bunch of other rappers, and you meet a lot of fun people. And I
Mhm.
did that for so many years, and it's still going and stuff. And so yeah, and so then through that, I kind of got into battle rap. I met some people in at the Cipher, and got plugged into like the battle rap space, and then I started doing the written battles and moving up in the ranks within the battle rap world. And yeah, now I get to kind of do it at a pretty professional level, and I get to travel the world insulting people, which is pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. And I think again, that's so dope because even when the tunnel is having major events like there's annuals that you still go
Hmm.
to and you still make sure you're still coming back and letting people know like, yeah, you can do what you want to do, be out there and still come back and support the community. I think I'm just going to probably say that throughout the show cuz I appreciate that a lot. I'm not from here
Hmm.
and I see that I'm from New York, right? I'm from the Bronx, so how people connect out there versus how people connect here is very different. It's like a crabs in a barrel, you'll say
Yeah.
here, where people are like, I'm doing my own thing. Bye. I'm gonna forget where I came from, or things that supported and helped me get where I'm at. So
Oh
throughout the
yeah.
show, you're gonna just hear me be like, you know what, that's dope.
Oh yeah, no, of course. I mean, that is like my community of people. It's like if the cipher hadn't happened, then I would have gone to college and kind of I feel like most people that like have a passion like music or something is kind of, weird as being like a white guy and rapping.
Mm.
When I feel like every white guy has a notebook somewhere in their room of like just, like a freestyle that they wrote over the Amelie beat in high school.
Facts,
Um
yeah.
but like when you go into college, then you kind of get flooded with all these other things and you don't really get the chance to really do
Lock
thing you
in.
loved. And with Decipher, it really gave me an outlet to keep on doing rap. And so like yeah, I wouldn't be still doing any of this stuff probably if it wasn't for the Interstate Cipher.
Yeah.
And so I owe them like everything. So yeah, I'm really grateful. I'm just really lucky. Like things kind of fall into place. Like for just, like if I had gone to another college, I probably wouldn't be doing hip hop now.
Mm.
Because there's just that's where the cipher originated, and that's what got me to where I am now.
Yeah. So let's talk about, you said you mentioned your race. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
What is that like in the culture that you have decided to participate
Yeah, I think being like a white guy in battle rap, I think it's easier to get liked, to be liked, but it's harder to be respected, if that
in?
makes sense.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Like you can like naturally if you're like on social media and you
Yeah.
see a white guy battle rapping, you're gonna stop and watch because it's so unusual. It'd
Yeah.
be like, if you see like a black dude like, yodeling at a German
Yeah.
beer festival or so.
Yeah.
It'd be like this isn't like normal. Like it's not what you normally see.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so you get that kind of like that initial shock factor. And if you're good, then I think that can work in your benefit, and people are more prone to kind of like liking it. But as far as like respected, I feel like it's a little bit trickier because you are an outsider in a lot of regards, and
Yeah.
you do have to kind of prove yourself a little bit more because I think there are kind of like a narrative that white people will kind of come into hip hop and they just kind of like it, and they don't do the research, they don't understand kind of the history of hip hop, and they just
Yeah.
kind of like rap and
Yeah.
then they want to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think you got to kind of have to kind of prove like you really do like you love not just the rap music, but you love the hip hop culture. And there's a
Mm.
difference between rap music and hip hop culture, and you
Yeah.
have to kind of like I don't know. So like those are kind of the things that those are kind of like the challenges to kind of navigate.
Yeah.
Um, and you also can't admit that you really like Eminem. That's the other big thing too. Like I hate it. It's like like Eminem's so great, but like as a white guy, you got to be like, yeah, no, like he's cool, but I
He's
mean, like
cool.
he's no KRS-One, and but like that does suck. You got to downplay that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, so you mentioned obstacles, right? So have you come across something where hey, I can go ahead and I'm just gonna sign up to make sure I'm picked or chosen to go ahead and go against someone, and then they're like, no, because of
Oh, because
your
oh,
yeah.
like have
Like,
I
how does that have you ever come across that where you're like, yo, what the hell? I got bars. What's the problem?
yeah, I mean, I think kind of like the level I'm at in battle rap now, it is difficult for me to get people to battle me. That's been a really big struggle um,
Mm.
that I've had to kind of deal with. There's a lot of people I'd love to battle, and then I'm just kind of told like, no, like they're not interested because I think what I do with my style of battle rap is I'm here to clown you. I'm here to make
Yes.
them laugh at you, and a
Yes.
lot of battle rappers are not in battle rap to get laughed at. They're
Yes.
in battle rap to rap and
Right.
to like show them the better rapper. I
Exactly.
don't really care. I just want the crowd to look at you differently. I
Yeah.
want you to feel embarrassment. That's what I'm trying to do
Yeah.
because I think that's more fun.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just kind of a different style, and not everyone really wants to do that because you
Yeah.
can't really beat funny with serious.
Exactly.
And so yeah, I think that there's kind of that challenge. So I think it might be somewhat of a race thing, but it could also be more of a stylistic thing.
Style. Yes. Absolutely.
So yeah.
Yeah, because I'll say like Charlie Clips likes to do that kind of
Mhm.
thing, and like, so I think you are part of that kind of category where you're like, yeah, you don't want to go bar for bar with me because I want to make people laugh. You're gonna be embarrassed versus you hitting a line that's hard, but nobody's laughing.
Mhm.
Like, it's a different type of attention that you're seeking from people. I would say, I guess, right?
Yeah, and you wanna find the balance because you don't wanna be I mean, I feel like I've been kinda classified as, like, the comedian,
Mm-hmm.
but, like, you wanna kinda counteract that because you can do jokes, but I've really tried to find that balance between jokes and bars, and then finding that kind of the mix of like funny jokes that are also a bar.
Right.
Um, and yeah, it's just always finding a balance for me has been the challenge in battle rap.
Okay. And so you did say you would prefer 3 rounds versus one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it because you can continue to keep making up jokes and that's just like your thing?
Mhm.
Or have you also been like, okay, I'm in this crowd, it's not giving, I can do my style in a sense. Like have you ever been in an environment where you're like, if I joke around in here the way that I normally do, it might be a little sticky in here.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was on URL for a while, and that's like, they are not known for having jokes.
Mhm.
And so that was kind of a thing where I'm like, I have to kind of navigate this with like the way I write a certain way. But again, I don't want to ever do something that doesn't feel authentic to myself.
Right.
And so I got to where I am by being myself.
Yeah.
And so I think to steer away from that is always a mistake. So it's trying to find like kind of like the version of yourself that fits in, that adapts well to this crowd without changing who you are.
Yeah. Okay. And have you ever been in an environment where, or not environment, or you got an email like, hey, we want you to go against blah, blah, blah. And you're like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Occasionally I'll get asked to battle someone and I know they'll want to beat me more than I want to beat them, and I'm just not excited about it. I'm not
Mm,
excited to write for this person.
yeah.
It's like we were saying, like when you're writing for someone, you're thinking about this person
Yeah.
for weeks,
Yeah.
and if someone just really bores me, then I'm kind of good on it.
Yeah.
If they're kind of like a lower name than me, and if I just can't think of like a good angle, I don't really care about how big the person's name is, but if they're just really boring, and if I know I'm gonna be racking my brain trying to think of something interesting about this person to talk about, that's boring. But if someone has some like scandal or something that happens,
Uh,
I'm all over it. I'm like, I would
yeah.
love to battle this person. I want to talk
Yeah.
about this so much.
Yeah.
When I was in the Crucible, I was like it's like little when I was trying out for URL in like my Crucible class, we had like the first gay rapper on URL,
No.
and people did not want to battle him because it's a very taboo thing to
Yeah.
be a
Yeah.
gay battle rapper.
Of course.
It was like the more of an outcast than being white, and so I was like, I wanted to battle him
You're like, I
so
gotta
I was
do it.
dying to, and so I got to, and it was real. Like I had
Cool.
so much fun battling him, and just writing, just gay jokes and
Yeah.
stuff, but doing it in like a pretty creative way. So yeah, I love opponents like that that are kind of out of the box, and you get to kind of think of new ways to insult a different type of person. I love that stuff.
Mm. And now, so we have the internet, right?
Yeah.
So how would you, because it would be word of mouth after that, right? So how would you, or what would you say to people to get them to be like, he's like that, get him to battle? Like, what would be something outside of the internet?
Uh
If you
huh.
can't post and make your, I call it commercials, like I said earlier,
Uh huh.
where you're like making a little like ad about whoever you're supposed to battle, and you're like, okay, I got this, I can post it to do the anticipation, get people to look, and then come to the event. So how would you promote yourself basically without the internet?
You're saying if the internet didn't exist, how would I promote myself?
Absolutely.
I think you would have to try to make really big moments happen in the battle and do stuff in the battle that people would talk about. Like there's this battle rapper named Daylight who
Yes.
coming up, like he took a crap on stage one time.
Yeah.
He's known for doing
Daylight
insane
is
antics.
outrageous. Yeah.
Yeah, and so like even if the
Yeah.
internet didn't exist, people would still be talking about him because
Yeah.
like you heard about this guy that crapped on stage. I wouldn't crap on stage, but
Yeah.
I would try to. I'd be doing um more things that if it's not being filmed and there's no internet,
Hmm.
then like if someone's saying what happened, they can kind of embellish it and make it even crazier.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. Yeah, thankfully we don't live in that world, and I can just edit my stuff and just
And
post
post
it.
it and go.
It makes my job a lot easier.
Post and go.
Um, but yeah, I mean most battles I really try to go in there and try to have some type of moment that people remember. And like even if the bars they don't like the bars, they're like, well, he did do that one thing, and
Hmm.
so that's always fun to try to think of like a moment to create.
Okay. And if you could pick out of all, how many battles have you done? First, let me ask.
Oh,
Let me get
battle
some
probably
numbers.
like 20.
20. That's it? I feel like you did more.
No, I think like as far as like written, maybe 25. But no, I mean I battle 3 or 4 times a year.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And which one was your favorite?
Oh gosh, favorite. I don't
Which
know.
one was your favorite, and what bar is your favorite? It doesn't even have to be the same battle that you thought was your favorite just because of whatever, but your favorite bar that you've said
Yeah.
and your favorite rap battle.
I'd probably say my battle with J2, the gay guy, was probably my most fun because that was where I was trying out for URL, which is like kind of the NBA of battle rap,
Yeah.
and they took on the best like up and comers in the country.
Mhm.
And at this point, it was like it was the final 32 battle rappers, and they were only gonna take like I think like six from like this pool of 32 to like to move on. And I felt like my perform, and I ended up moving on from like the top 32 or whatever to the top six.
Mhm.
And I feel like that performance was really good. And I think I approached a opponent that's pretty challenging to write for and found a good angle to insult a gay guy, but not by just telling him his like lifestyle is weird or whatever. Like you find a funny way of doing it. It's like
Yeah.
I framed my approach for this gay guy as being like I had the joke of like y'all have me battling a gay black man. A lot of y'all are going to accuse me of being homophobic and racist. Let me make this clear to everyone.
Oh my.
I am not racist.
Oh my god.
And and you kind of like, and so then you kind of attack, like you kind of do some jokes. And so, like I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
he was from Atlanta, and so I'm like, bro,
Oh.
you're not like, you're not like this because he complained that like I don't get booked because I'm gay and stuff. And it's like, bro,
Yeah.
you live in Atlanta, like you can do whatever you can be as gay as you want. A gay guy in Atlanta, that's like a white guy in Vermont. Like and
Yo.
yeah, so you get to do the fun stuff. And I think my favorite bar, one of my favorites I've ever written is when I said that in the past, gay people have been through more than a bit of oppression. But today, one could run for office, probably win the election. They could start their own families, adopt a kid in a second. I mean, gay people can do anything, except for getting to heaven. And I think it's just a fun. It's a fun. I don't believe it at all. I think that's like a ridiculous thing to say, but it's
Yo.
so fun because like it's just you can't ever say that now. You can never say it except for in a stand-up comedy like routine
Yeah.
or in battle rap. There's
Yeah.
no other time where you can say that and it be funny and like
Yeah.
like and the guy that you're saying it to like not get upset,
Yeah.
because he's gonna say things that are offensive to me and like and like that's kind of the beauty of battle rap is you get to become really good friends after because you've
Yeah.
said everything you want to about each other.
Yeah.
So that one was really fun. That was really cool.
I will say that the culture is. I went to my first rap battle last year. It was in June at the same place, Morrisville.
Mhm.
And I've done or watched. I had no business watching that as a little girl, but nobody, and it's okay. The barbershop days when they used to rap battle in the
Yeah.
barbershop. So I do know about Daylight
Hmm.
and the throwbacks. So I think it's interesting how it would look like it's beef, and they get off the camera or the battle's over and they dapping each other up and we're about to go chill and it's fine. It's not actual real beef.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of the dirty secret of it's kind of like figuring out like wrestling is fake.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh yeah, most of us really like each other. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
some people that like I don't get along with, they don't get along with me.
Mhm.
But like, overall, everyone's basically coworkers.
Yeah.
I know Danny pretty well, the guy in battle. Like I know him pretty well. Not like really well personally, but like we've seen each other multiple times. We have this like we have our we've exchanged phone numbers. Like we know this has been we've known him for years.
Yeah.
And so, it's cool. But you do go in knowing like I'm not holding anything. Like I'm going to really say things that are. My goal is to hurt you,
Yeah.
and his goal is to hurt me too. And
Yeah. Yeah.
that's you got to go in knowing that.
Being comfortable knowing what's happening in the field, in the battlefield.
Yeah, I mean that's why like UFC is so much fun because
Yeah.
you get two people walking in, and if you saw like a fight on the street, it'd be terrible. Like this is horrible. But these two people have agreed to do this, and they
Mhm.
walk in knowing what could happen,
Intention.
and that's why it's really fun to watch because like man, I can't believe they can say this to each other. And but yeah, I think that's the beauty of like of art and of stuff like battle rap.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna pause on the rap battle because
Hmm.
I kind of want to dive deep into you, right?
Hmm.
Like, so you do rap battle, yes, but you do other things, right?
Hmm.
So what other things are you doing outside of getting on stage and clowning people?
That's probably my favorite thing to do. I'm a videographer, so like I like to film things. And I edit stuff. Which again, it all ties back to battle raps. Like
Yeah.
I love to do comedy skits. I love to make fun of my opponents through comedy skits.
Yeah.
But I love to do. I like just everything does kind of tie back into battle rap with me. Because I have a wide range of kind of things that I like to do that
Mhm.
all tie back. But I love creating and being creative. And I enjoy boxing, which again ties back to battle rap because uh, I figured I was gonna get punched at some point rap battling, so I started boxing, which I really enjoy doing. Just kind of keep me like in shape,
Yeah.
to a degree.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, those are kind of the main things. I like Rubik's cubes.
Hmm.
I really like those. Uh, Picked up juggling last year. Um,
Juggling.
yeah. Yeah, I saw like someone juggle like a video of someone juggling and I'm like, why can't I do that? It's just throwing like three balls up in the air and
Yeah.
like I should be able to and it took 20 minutes. Just practice for 20 minutes and you can start doing it. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Juggling.
Mhm.
Huh. And how do you? Well, first of all, on a day to day, if it's not rap battle, what are you doing?
I heard someone say something about like acting and they said that like if you want to be an actor, yeah, every day you have to do something that reestablishes your identity as an actor, whether it's like reading some lines
Yeah.
or something. And so I do battle rap basically every day as far as like I do
Oh.
like I try to write or I try to do something that involves rapping every day to keep me in that mindset. But typically I am just working again I edit videos and stuff
Yeah.
and boxing and yeah, that's basically it.
Okay. And your we're gonna circle back to like your upbringing, right?
Mhm.
So, are you an only child?
No, no, no. I have two sisters.
Two sisters, and have they ever went to your rap battles?
No,
Do
no.
they care for it?
They do from a distance. I think it's not their scene at all.
Uh-huh.
And so yeah, which is like totally fine.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, yeah, they're proud.
Okay.
They're excited for.
How did you come home one day and tell your parents like, this is what I do? Like,
I think they could kind of see it coming. Growing up, I don't think like many parents are like really hoping their kids get into hip hop,
yeah,
or you get into rap because it's such a difficult thing to like make money in.
yes,
Um,
absolutely.
and so, yeah, my parents did not like hip hop music and rap music, because it's just very vulgar.
Yeah, yeah,
And so when I really loved it, I think that was concerning for them. But I think that I've never really like adopted I don't even cuss when I rap,
yeah, yeah.
and so like I've kind of just I don't think it's ever really been a concern for them. I think they want to see me be happy and do what I like to do,
Yeah.
and I like to do this, and so I think they're happy that I've found something I love doing.
And that you're good at and that you actually enjoy it because the
Yeah,
difference. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. My dad actually came to a battle event that I popped out of. Like I came into the second round of like a T top battle
Yeah.
at this URL event, and like I was like a surprise appearance in the battle, and it was this massive reaction, and it won like it got the award for the biggest rap moment of the year. Um, and it was a crazy moment on stage, and my dad came to that thing because I told him like I was gonna pop out. I think that was pretty cool for him to like see, like he just,
See
he
your
remembers
work.
me, like trying to freestyle in my room. And then,
Yeah.
15, 16 years later, I'm still doing that stuff.
Okay. So, and let me ask this: have you had people kind of hang out with you? They meet you, and then they're like, "Oh, you're that guy that raps, that battles," and then they like get a little funny with you, whether it's a positive funny or a negative funny, where you're just like, "Just treat me like I'm Anderson, please. Like, relax."
Um, what do you mean?
Like, so for instance, I pod and I'm on the radio as well.
Hmm.
So some people that has probably come across one of my shows on any one,
Yeah.
they've seen me, but I've not seen them, and their intent is to kind of like hang out with me for clout chasing, we'll say.
Mm.
Right? So have you ever come across that where people are just like, "Oh yeah, I know Anderson." Mm.
No, I don't think I have enough clout for that to rub off on anyone.
What?
But I think, no, I mean, like anyone that finds out I'm a battle rapper, it's all I get weirded out if they have no questions. Like that has happened before where someone's like, where I'm like, yeah, no, like I battle rap, and they treat it like I said, like I'm an accountant, and it's just kind of like they're like, oh, that's cool, and I'm like, you have no follow up, like you have no, I
You
gave you
don't
like a
care?
like
Yeah.
that's the biggest alley oop for like
Right.
great follow up question, because it's so weird, it's so weird, it's a weird thing, like, dude, like if I met someone, they're like, yeah, I'm a professional like wakeboarder. I'd have so many
Yeah,
questions,
like what
like
the heck?
I do the rodeo. I'd have like, so that's it's more weird when someone doesn't react to it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, no, people, yeah, it's a fun, it's a fun thing to talk about, and Yeah, no one's really ever acted weird around it.
Mm, okay. Cause I figured people would like either, hey, I don't know if you give your number out like that, but if they see you in the street and they're like, oh yeah, you can just follow me, blah blah blah, and then they'll follow you, see all the followers that you have, and they're like, wait, what? And then they get like a little funny with you. So that's why I figured I'd ask,
Yeah.
cause people get a little weird with the numbers.
Well, the numbers, those kind of came up over the past like 2 years or so. So like, I think like 2 years ago, I didn't have really any kind of following. I think it was the learning that short form video, uh, you know, is like again, I do video editing, and so like
Yeah,
kind of I was kind of a little bit early on the wave of like, oh, TikTok and the short form stuff
yeah,
really is a great way to get seen and like build an audience and stuff. And then in learning how to when you kind of see how the algorithm works, you can then kind of write into that.
yeah,
Like I did a battle a few like 2 or 3 battles ago. I opened up my second round by saying, "You only stayed in your daughter's life so you can flirt with her friends." And I knew that line is just it's such a wild line,
yes,
and that's gonna get people's attention. And so you kind of write in a way that is going to grab people's attention on
yeah.
social media and make them stop scrolling.
That's genius.
Hmm. Yeah, you
Okay,
find that way to yeah.
that's that. That is
Mhm.
genius. Okay, so then that leads me to this. Have you been somewhere where, well, do you write for people or is it just yourself? Like, have you gotten, like, do you care to do that? Like, write for people?
Not really. I think I love people run their rounds by me, and I'll
Yeah.
give them kind of feedback on it.
Okay.
Um, and you maybe like you suggest like an angle or something. Um, but no, I think writing takes so much mental energy. From me at least, I don't think I could write for someone and feel good about giving it up. Like
Mm,
either I would write it and I wouldn't care enough about it that I could just give it to someone,
yeah.
but that's not really me. I really am passionate about what I create, what I write,
Yeah.
and if I wouldn't care to give it to someone, then it wouldn't be good enough to get in the first place.
Okay. Just can't give away what you got because what you got is good.
Hmm.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. And is there a time, and can you actually let me know because it's something that's been on my mind? When did you realize that it was over and you knew exactly what you were doing and you were just gonna soar? Like, what was that moment where you're
Hmm.
like, oh shit, like, yeah, we in there.
Oh, like when you kind of like knew that you had it.
Yeah,
Oh
like,
yeah. So again, when I was trying out for URL, because again, URL is like the NBA, it's like the biggest league in
yeah,
in battle rap, and I got the chance to audition for like this big kind of contest, American Idol type of thing, where
yeah,
they're kind of going around the country,
yeah,
and they took the best battle rappers from like the from like this kind of region of America, and they had us all battle each other, and it was like 60 of us from just this small region, and they would take like the top couple people from the region, and I thought there's no chance that I am going to get picked. Like I knew I was the best kind of like in my immediate area,
mm-hmm,
and like I was really good, but I'm like once you kind of get out of that, then you're going to learn that you can get people can smoke you.
yeah,
But I kind of rose to the occasion, and I knew I had done really well in the audition, and then I think I was the second to last person that they announced. And so like when I realized like, oh, I was one of the people that they picked out from this region,
yeah,
I was like, "Oh, I'm like one of the best in this kind of region." And then the more then like the next level you do, like in the country,
mm-hmm,
and you're like, "Oh, I'm one of the best people like in newer guys in the country." It's all like really validating. 'Cause I don't have like I don't have a lot of self esteem, like not like an insane amount of like arrogance or cockiness. So I'm always kind of like, I don't know if I'm really, but then kind of getting the affirmation from not just like your friends or people that care about you, but from
yeah,
like an entity like
yeah,
URL, it's pretty cool, like because they have no reason to be nice to you. If
yeah.
they want to work with you, it's because they think that you're good enough
That you like
to
that,
yeah to
yeah.
compete at that level. So
That you like that. Okay. What do you have a rap battle on URL where you're like, I could have did better, or I wasn't prepared. Let's just say that. Maybe you said,
yeah.
I thought it was this because it's something that's new to you, as like that realm anyway, as far as the people that you're around, the way you're gonna be exposed and how they do the promo, like where were you what battle you were just like, damn, I didn't really come that prepared.
No, I think I've never come into a battle like I think almost every battle I've come into, I've been confident like this is my best material I've ever written.
Nice.
I a lot of battlers can show up to the venue with like
Mm-hmm.
2 rounds and like have to still write the third or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm uh pretty disciplined in the not even disciplined. I'm just so scared of not doing well. Like it's not even like discipline. I'm just like I don't want to not I can't imagine walking into the venue with people coming in to see me perform and not performing well.
The way you do it, yeah.
Um, yeah, and one time in college, I got the chance to do this thing for like the radio. Um, this rap segment thing, and I didn't write like anything. I just took it for granted so much, and I'm like, no, I'll kind of just like mumble some words, and then I'll rap over a beat and they'll put it like the thing that I recorded over my words, and I just didn't take it seriously. And when I got there, I saw the production, how big of a deal this was, and like this was like a big opportunity for me.
Yeah.
I didn't take it seriously at all, and it was so bad that they never did anything with it, and I was so embarrassed and I felt terrible, and I'm like, man, I blew that
Mm.
opportunity. So from that point on, I was like, any chance I have to like rap in front of people, like I'm giving it everything I have
100%.
because you're gonna
Yeah.
get too old to do this, and you're gonna always look back and wish that you had more chances to rap and you'd given it your all when you had those chances. And so, yeah, I don't really take it for granted ever. So no, I think every battle I've done, I look back on and things definitely could have been better. I learned from it
Yeah.
and I could have adjusted things differently, but also the crowd does play a part in
Yeah,
it.
of
Like they are
course.
kind of like a factor you can't control. But overall, I've never really left the battle feeling that I could have done more.
Mm, that's dope.
Mhm.
At least you had a point where you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna play with this because this is how it's making me feel. This is my craft. Maybe that should have been my question.
Mhm.
When did you realize that this is my craft? This is what I want to do, and from this point on, I'm gonna go ahead and be for real with it.
Oh yeah, man, I knew like rap was for me as soon as I started doing it. Cause like I
Mm-hmm.
said, like I didn't know. Like, this is the first time I really felt like, oh, like because school does not come easily for me. Like math, like reading, all those things, even writing itself. Like I hated everything about school. And I had friends growing up that they were good at sports, they were good at like different things. I never had a thing that I was really good at. And then with rapping, I was like, oh, I feel like I have like this like my mind works in a certain way. Like
Yeah.
I can find rhymes in my head pretty easily, and then I can look at things in a certain way, and I can make things funny and
Yeah.
make it rhyme. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is absolutely for me. So I kind of knew that immediately.
Mm.
So I never stopped doing it ever.
Yeah. It's what motivates you to be like, no, I'm nice. I'm gonna go ahead and keep
Yeah, I
going.
just don't have like a choice. Like it's like just such a
It's
big
your
part of who I
calling.
am.
It's your calling.
Yeah. To a degree, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And have you been to a battle because you say you let me know that you study people, like whoever your opponent is.
Mhm.
Have you ever gotten to a battle where it ended up not being that person because whatever happened happened, or how does that work in the battle in the rap battle like realm where someone doesn't show up? Do they give you another person, or it's just like, hey, no, your card is done, like you're not just gonna go up, or have they
Yeah.
given you somebody else and you've done research on said person, now it's somebody else? Like, how did you
Yeah,
bounce
no,
back
I
from that?
wouldn't do that because everything I read so tailored to my opponent, it would be very
Exactly.
confusing. But like early on, I was doing a lot of freestyle tournaments, and so like freestyle tournaments, you show up and you have no idea who your opponent is because you're gonna make up everything on the spot.
Oh.
Um, which looking back, I cannot believe I did that because like I'd never done like a rap battle in front of people before, like and like on a stage.
Yeah.
And but I was like, yeah, sure, I'll just go up there. I'll just make up stuff on the spot.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I wasn't more scared or nervous. I think I'd be more nervous now to do it. Um, but yeah, no, I just did it, and those yeah, so those were a different type of animal to deal with. But with the written stuff, yeah, if my opponent's not there, you're just not doing the battle.
Not doing it.
Yeah, but that has not happened much at all. Occasionally, an opponent will no show, which is really frustrating because it's just infuriating.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty lucky that does not happen to me much.
Okay. And with this upcoming battle that we got, um, how you feeling about going against Danny? Like, how did you feel when they let you know that you were gonna go against him? Did you? How does that even work? Like, is it? Do you guys say, "Hey, I want to go against such and such," or like, how does that work when it's picked?
Yeah. I'm able to kind of ask for people now. So like when like I'm talking to league owners, I can kind of tell them like, hey, I like to battle this person or this person or I have a kind of a list.
Yeah.
Um, Danny was never really on my list because I just it was nothing I really wanted to do. But he is a big name. I think he's gonna do a great job. I just knew it'd be tough to write for him because he battles so much that everything's kind of been said to him, and you kind of get that problem of like, man, dude, you have like 400 battles, like that is that's like 1,200 rounds of rapping people have written at you.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard to find kind of new things to go at someone for. Um, uh, but no, but Danny, I knew he'd really push me to give a good performance, and it was really just the selling point of like battling in Raleigh that really sold me because I'm like I have not battled in America in almost 2 years,
Really?
let alone like Raleigh. So, yeah, I'm really excited about being here.
Huh? How did you hear about this one? Just
None,
rap battle?
none. None. He's throwing the event, so we talk on the phone a lot. So he just
Oh,
wanted
okay.
to throw a Raleigh event.
Oh, and wait, he lives here in
He
North
lives
Carolina?
in Louisiana now. I think
Uh,
he's from Wilson, North Carolina. Then he moved
uh,
to Louisiana, I think.
okay, okay.
So,
And what are you looking to do with? You said you film, right?
hmm
So what have you been doing with your films outside of you doing stuff for yourself? Like what other projects have you been on? Have you been doing?
I've really for about over a year, I was really just doing battle rap full time. Now I'm doing more just editing videos for companies and stuff. To kind of just pay the bills more consistently.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I mean, I don't really have a passion for video and video editing. I'm pretty selfish. Like I love creating my own stuff, but
Yeah.
when I have to do it for other people,
Uh-huh.
it's harder to get motivated to do it. But I still enjoy doing it, and it's still a great job to have. But I think I always just love working and creating on something from start to finish.
Mhm.
Um, yeah.
Mm. Do you feel like what you do and the way that you do it, we all know it's unique. I feel like it's unique, right? Because there's not a lot of Caucasian males in the rap battle league that do what you do, how you do it.
hmm
So, if, let's say, in another universe at some point, there was another Anderson, right? How would you want him to be for you guys to battle each other? Kind of like Spider Man and Venom. Like, how would that be? What would you want to your opponent to be if it was yourself? Like, if you were your own op, what would that look like?
If I was battling a bizarro version of myself,
Yes, in another universe, if you didn't take your
um,
craft like this, maybe, or maybe you were just some like a little bit different, just a
yeah,
little off. Like, what would that? What do you think that
well,
would
I think
look
the
like?
opposite version of me would be a white kid. I mean, it'd be a black woman technically, if we're being honest. If like,
What?
I mean, but no, like if it was like me,
Yeah,
I think it would be probably a white kid that really tries to portray that he's from like the hood when he's not. And that would be a really fun opponent to battle. Like I think it'd be so much fun to battle a white guy that looks like me, that raps, that's from like a background similar to mine, but he just his thing but he portrays himself as like someone that is from an environment that he's not really
he's
from.
not really
That would be
from.
so much fun to pick apart because like dude, we like dude, what are you doing, man? Like that'd be really fun. Like you don't even talk like this
Right.
is like dude, you're like me. Shut up. Like, that'd be a really fun. That'd be a really fun approach to take on someone.
Okay. And we're gonna play a little word game real
Okay.
quick. I wouldn't say it's a word game. We'll just do this or that for now.
Okay.
I got other games for you later.
Okay.
So, Charlie Clips or
hmm
Danny Myers?
Who's more attractive?
No.
No, I'm just kidding. I would say Quips. Quips. I mean, nowadays, Quips is kind of fall. It just doesn't take things seriously,
Uh-huh.
and Danny always take things serious. So I would still probably Quips because he has like a bigger name still. But Danny's pretty comparable. As far as like challenge right now, I think Danny would be just difficult to beat as Charlie Clips is right now.
Okay. Sue Surf or B Magic?
Oh, Sue Surf.
Hands down.
Yeah. B Magic is great, but Surf,
That was quick. I was like, oh.
yeah. I mean, Surf's like like, he's like a legend. Like it's Sue Surf.
Hmm. T Top or Bad News?
T Top.
Dang, that was fast.
Yeah. I mean, like that's like my guy though. I mean, Bad News is and I are really cool too, but like
Yeah.
it's T Top.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Daylight or dang, what's his name? It's Daylight, and he was at the barbershop too. He just battled somebody. He was gone for a long time and came out of nowhere. Dang, I forgot his name. I might have to come back.
Uh, the barbershop. I mean,
Yeah.
Lux, Mook,
Yes.
Mook, Murder
Yes.
Mook, or Daylight.
Murder Mook or Daylight.
It's like who's like a better opponent, or like who would I rather
Yes.
battle?
Who is a better opponent, and who would you rather battle?
I'd rather battle. I mean, Daylight's probably the better opponent. He doesn't like me at all. Um, and so that would be really like, yeah, that'd be a really good battle. Because we're both known for like kind of just outside of the box
Uh huh.
stuff. Um, I'd probably pick Daylight because I know he doesn't like me. And
He doesn't.
no, not at all.
Told you that.
Oh yeah, he has a whole video out about how I should be out of this culture.
Really?
We had a whole back and forth. Yeah, he just doesn't like me, which is like totally fine.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but he yeah he really does not like me at all. Um, and so that's why it'd be really fun to battle him because I think it'd be like uh, yeah, I don't know what he would do.
He made a video about you?
Yeah,
That's dedication.
yeah, I think it was like an interview where they're like, like, what do you think about like Anderson Burrus? And he's like, you got to get this guy out of the culture. He's terrible. Um, uh, yeah, so I think that'd be really fun to like to battle him and just let him kind of roast me for that.
Ah. Hmm. And if you could pick your top two to go against, who would it be?
Top two to battle.
Yeah.
I think um out of the list you gave me,
Yeah.
out of the list you gave me, to battle, I think I would enjoy battling. I think Bad News would be really fun to battle.
Yeah.
And then I think Daylight would probably be really fun to battle as well.
Hmm. Have you had any like drama off of rap battle? Like something that you were just like, I wasn't trying to take it there. I don't know why you're taking it there, but bye.
I kind of going back and forth with people on Twitter.
Yeah.
But again, I never like escalate it to a point of like, when I see you, it's we're gonna throw down. Like it's never that. Like I'm always just kind of just joking
Chilling.
with you because it's never that serious with
Yeah.
me. Like, I have no beef with anyone.
Hmm.
Um, and I think it's kind of weird when 'cause I will make fun of people. Like if I'm trying to battle someone, then I will like make fun of them a lot. And they can take it a certain way and they can be upset by it. I think it's kind of stupid because like we're battle rappers, like by definition, we don't get offended by stuff.
Right.
So
Shouldn't
like you
be.
can't just get up on stage and like let someone say whatever to you. And then off stage when I'm trying to like do some, trying to insult you, you can't get really emotional over it. It's like, dude, this is like what we do for a living. So um but I also never really cross a line that I think is I don't really try to go for shock value with like
Yeah.
how insulting I can be. I think it's more so it has to be funnier than it is offensive.
Yes.
You got to find that balance.
Yeah. Okay. And well, when you say balance, how do you even find what your balance is outside of being in the culture that's allegedly not for you? Like how do you step
Yeah,
out and be like, okay, probably shouldn't say that. This is gonna
yeah,
be okay. This not
yeah.
blah blah blah. Like how do you even decipher that?
I think some of it is a lot of it's personal judgment, and then it is asking some people. Um, but even then, it's kind of tricky because like you can say like as a white guy, you do have to be really mindful of like if I say this, it can be taken if it's taken this way, it kind of looks kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a lot of bars that I've kind of scrapped from my material over the years where like I know it's fire, and but I like one or two people that's like, man, someone could look at it that like if they don't know you, that kind of comes off crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's like with the gay thing, like gay people can get into heaven. Like that line is kind of crazy if you just see that out of context, it's kind of crazy. Um, and so you got to kind of you got to weigh the options, and you also have to realize that one of the downsides of being like a white guy in battle rap is that there's always going to be a certain percentage of people that whatever you do is going to be interpreted in the least charitable way possible.
Yeah.
And you're always going to be just kind of like a problematic person, just
Yeah.
inherently with you being there. So you can never win over those people. And there are some like, white people in this space that really try to do all the right things, never cross any lines, never go too far. And that still will never be enough to be accepted by everyone. So you got to be kind of cool with like being not liked by everyone, and some people might think things about you that aren't true, and like they aren't
Yeah.
true. But it's battle rap. You can't really care. You have to know like I think this is funny. I think it's fire, and you accept the consequences of it. But
Mm-hmm.
you got to think it through. And you got to weigh the options. I mean, I have some stuff, my material for Danny, where I'm like, yeah, this is like a little bit. This could be looked at kind of crazy, but I'm like, also, it's battle. Like I don't.
Yeah.
You got to kind of down the hill. Like this is like one of the few places where you can kind of say whatever you want to. And if
Exactly.
you really start censoring yourself, we're kind of losing the thing that makes battle rap so great.
So that means you're well prepared for Saturday.
Pretty prepared, yeah, yeah.
Pretty
The
prepared. Yeah.
next few days are gonna be rough for me as far as just staying up late and rehearsing 1,000 times. And
Ah. Okay. And what? How many hours do you say you put in to? yeah,
It's so
preparing
unhealthy.
for a battle, like, because it's something that you take, like, for real, for real. I know you let me know you study people for a while
Mhm.
and your punchlines make sense, and that's why you probably take that amount of time to even make sure everything connects. Like, so what's your prep time?
I typically will probably like a month leading up to the battle. I'll try to set aside 3 hours a day, and then as it gets closer, then it's more probably like 4 or 5 as far as like really locking in everything.
Hmm.
But you spend so much time writing. Like I have not started memorizing my material yet because I'm still kind of in the writing stage, which is
Huh.
I'm really pushing it late for this. I should have everything memorized by now, but I don't. But I've spent so much time with the material that I know it without even having to like really memorize it because I've worked on it for so long that
Yeah.
I'll be able to memorize it pretty quickly.
Okay. Have you or do you have a time where you battled someone and you forgot your line?
No, that has not happened yet, thankfully.
Ooh.
Yeah, knock on wood, because I always like
Yeah.
I never even
Facts.
bring it up in a rap battle because I know the
Facts.
battle that I bring it up in, I'm
Yeah.
gonna forget. Um, you've had a, like I've had a few moments where you go, oh crap, what is the next line? But um, I really drill the material into my head
Hmm.
and make sure that I know it. And sometimes your brain will just stop working, and that does suck. And there's really nothing you can do to stop that.
Yeah.
But you can do everything to minimize the risk of that.
Okay. And so you haven't slipped up, right? Knock
Mhm.
on wood, correct? And what are your rituals that you have like right before you get on stage? Like, do you do certain things before you get up there? And like, I don't know. For me, before I get on a podcast, I say my slogan
Mhm.
so I don't forget my intro and my outro. Little small things
Mhm.
that way could just get me in the groove. So like, what do you do to get yourself like there?
I mean, all battle rappers basically run through their material a bunch before they get up on stage.
Yeah.
So if you go to a battle rap event and you see a battler and they haven't rapped yet, odds are they are just pacing and they, look like a maniac. Like, I'm sure I've scared a lot of people outside of venues before because I'll step out behind a venue and just kind of be like, on the sidewalk, just pacing and,
And
going
saying
over
your
my rounds.
lines.
You just have people walking on the street that have no idea. They just think I'm like a homeless guy that's just, just muttering to himself. Um, and so yeah, that's the big thing. The problem is I film most of my battles. So I'm filming the whole event. So I'm gonna get to the venue 2 hours before everyone else, before it even opens. I'm gonna set up everything.
Yeah.
I'm directing it. It's like I'm in charge of all the gear, everything. So the entire event, I'm gonna be behind a camera filming, and that's like my job. So I don't really have the luxury of getting into the zone. Like it's kind of
Yeah.
like, all right, my battle's up. I have to just go,
Yeah.
and then I have to really worry that like, the person that's gonna be filming is doing a decent job of filming me.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
so it's a lot of stress because then after you're done battling, you just want to relax, but you can't. You gotta get
You
back in the
still gotta
direct. And then
film.
after the event's over, you have to take all the equipment down, and you're the first one in and you're the last one to leave. It's a big, long day of work.
And what are you doing the night before? Still rehearsing is hard, or are you kind of like,
Oh, the night
hey, I'm
before?
doing both? Yeah, like, are you still kind of like, I'm gonna rehearse as much as I need to, even though I'm gonna be wearing different hats the next day? Like, how do you prepare?
Yeah.
How do you mentally prepare
Oh
for
yeah,
that?
you just keep on rehearsing until you're about to kill yourself.
Huh?
Honestly, that's kind of like
Nice.
when you start tying that noose, then you're like, all right, I probably know this enough, well enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it sucks. It's just the stress of a battle the week of is
Yeah.
horrible. It is so bad. Um, and I've asked, like, I've talked to, I've talked to everyone in battle rap basically, and I love asking the question, like, dude, do you get nervous still before bat? And every
Yeah.
person I've asked that question to, it's like, yeah, all like every time.
Yeah.
And like people like you would never think get nervous. They're like, yeah, I'm terrified. T
Yeah.
Top is the only person that I think has never been nervous once in his life. I think T Top is the most relaxed human being ever. That dude has never felt an ounce of stress in his life. He is just cool, calm, quiet
Cruising.
every time, man. It's
Cruising.
wild. Yeah, but everyone else besides T Top, I think, gets really nervous.
Okay. And you've been rapping for how many years?
Uh, 32 is 15, whatever 32 minus 15 is, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, about
We'll do
16.
that math
Most
out.
of my life, yeah.
Okay. And if you've been battling for that long and you have your favorite battle, what was your battle that you were like, nah? And it's a nah
Mm,
on so many different levels, right? This person could have did better. I just don't feel like that they came with their whole A game. You looking at your opponent saying,
mhm.
I know you and how you rap, and you should have just came a little bit harder, or you giving kind of like, I could have done a little bit better, or the crowd was a little off, or like what battle for you were just you were just like, this was not it. But I
Mm,
mean, I'm gonna still come back, but this
yeah.
wasn't it.
Um, I got the chance to battle Shotgun Suge, who's a really big name.
Mm-hmm.
My third battle ever.
Whoa.
And I just met someone like wanted to put an event together, and I was nobody in battle rap, and so like Shotgun Suge was a big name, so they
Mm-hmm.
wanted to just put me in front of him, and I really prepared hard for that, but I was so inexperienced in like my own style and like what works for me.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have been battling him. I did do like pretty well in the moment, but looking back on it, I'm like I should have approached that so different. Like I took it like I approached him like really seriously,
Mm.
and I should have known that like he would not care about this battle. He's getting paid $1,500 to come out to this college campus and just rap out someone he doesn't know, doesn't care about. He's just doing it for a check,
Yeah.
and so he didn't do well. I did pretty well, but um, it was filmed horribly.
Mm.
I don't think you can find it anymore. It was just filmed really bad. Just a bad battle. But I'm glad it happened because it taught me some things. But I did like after that battle, I was like, that might be kind of cringy one day, and it was pretty cringy.
Oh,
So
at least it's not online, like you said. You can't even find
yeah, I
it,
don't
so
think
you're
it's on there.
Gucci.
Maybe it did. I don't know. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And if you could give us a time where you battled and it was super embarrassing, whether it was you experiencing the embarrassment
Mm.
or you providing that level of embarrassment for someone to feel,
Hmm.
because your bars are out of control.
Yeah. Well, I think I battled Thesaurus in September of last year. It actually just dropped out. It just dropped on YouTube like a few days ago. Um, that one it was sad because Thesaurus is a really good. He's been battling forever. He's a pretty big figure in battle rap, and I was really excited to battle him, and he just did not do well. And it was just kind of it's sad because like you're seeing him, he's just forgetting his bars. He's just not doing well, and he's starting to kind of hate him. It's just you can feel the embarrassment.
Yeah.
What sucks when you see someone like really choking that you like this person, you respect this person,
Yeah.
and you see them doing bad. You now know this battle's not going to be very good.
Okay.
Like at least like as a whole, like you can still do really well, but it sucks because like they're kind of beating themselves, like they're defeating themselves, with like forgetting their bars and just looking really
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
And now it's your turn to kind of like just jump on them
Just do
and
it.
and it's fun the first round because you're like, yeah, like I'm definitely gonna win this battle now. Then by the third round, they're doing so bad. You're like, dude, I was expecting this to be
Like,
like
this
a
is
really big
embarrassing.
back and forth. Like I put some like haymakers in this third
Yeah.
round for you. And you're doing so bad that it just kind of makes it affects your performance because you can't have the energy and excitement that you were expecting you to have at this point because they're just doing so bad that it's like, dude, this just
This
sucks.
is
And you're kind of,
embarrassing.
yeah, it's embarrassing.
You're like, I can't even do what I normally do to you
Yeah,
because, mm-mm.
yeah.
Okay. And if you could tell us something that we didn't really know about you.
Um, I'm an Eagle Scout.
Hmm.
Yeah, Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like it's basically the people that are become that are like it's the nerdiest version of a Boy Scout you can be. It's the guy that climbs the highest rank in Boy Scouts. Um, like 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 less than 1% of Boy Scouts become Eagle Scouts because they get girlfriends and leave and five things to do. Not me. Like I stayed in Boy Scouts and reached the
Yo.
highest level of scouting possible. Where I think I got a letter from Obama or something. I mean, it wasn't like a handwritten letter,
What?
but like you got like a letter from like the president congratulating you on becoming an Eagle Scout. And what's even better is that when you become an Eagle Scout, such a big deal, they
Yeah.
have a whole ceremony. So all these people come out to like,
What?
yeah, it's a really big deal. Um, and so you're supposed to give like this big speech, like accepting being an Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
And I was 17, I think, when I got my Eagle because you get kicked out of Scouts when you're 18. Um, and so for my big speech, Boy Scouts is like pretty, it's like pretty serious.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of room for fun. Um, for my speech, which is supposed to be like reflecting on your scouting journey and stuff,
Yeah.
I rapped my speech, and the scoutmasters were not happy because they had no because like they were not expecting me to rap. Like it's just
Right.
unheard of.
Oh my
And
God.
so uh,
Did someone record that?
yeah, it's on. We have some like home video thing.
Oh my God.
Um, Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not like I was, like, dissing everyone. I was
No,
still
but that's
saying the
still
correct
fire.
things,
Nah, that's
but
hard
it
though.
was really funny.
Nah, that's
Um,
hard. I know they were like, "What the hell is
yeah.
going on right
What's
now?"
funny about it is because like, my friend that I got the Eagle Scout award with,
Yeah.
he is a genius and, like, a really great public speaker, and
Mhm.
he went before me, and he gave his speech, and his grandfather had just died, like, 2 days before the speech, and his speech was about how his grandfather just wanted him to see him become an Eagle Scout, and, like, it was
Yo,
amazing speech. Everyone in the room is crying, and I am just fuming because 'cause I'm like, "Dude, you are ruining this
my
atmosphere for
shine.
me." I'm
Oh
like, "This is the
yeah.
worst
You're like,
crowd to
yo,
rap."
bro, what the
So, like,
heck?
yeah, so, like, I walk up there and I can hear people sniffling and stuff, and,
I got bars for
I'm like,
that.
yeah, so I just, like, drag the microphone stand, and I'm like, "Alright, check it," and, it was, yeah, it was a rough crowd. It was a rough I mean, it was a great I mean, I didn't, like, bomb, but it was just an interesting juxtaposition between
Reaction,
his
yes.
speech and my speech, yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Now he's in New York, like, starting, like, a big, like, chemical company, and I'm I'm in Raleigh battle rapping, so, our paths, like, made sense.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. So you know how to tie stuff up and make fires and whatnot?
No, no, I don't. I shouldn't have gotten the I just stayed in it
What?
long enough. I learned enough things, like, when I was, like, getting reviewed and tested on it, like, I learned how to do it for a minute, then as soon as, like, I got to the next level,
You're like,
I just I'm like, 'cause I'm never when am I camping? When am I ever tying a knot? Like, never. So, like, I just forgot all of it immediately. So I have no I'd survive 30 seconds longer than you would probably in the woods, and that's it. So that was,
uh,
about 6, 7 years of my life.
what? Well, okay, so did you like camping though? Like, what's the camping part?
No, no, I
You're
didn't
like,
like
no,
it.
I'm just here.
No, I mean, I had some good friends in scouting, and so, like, that was fun. Like, yeah, like, if you didn't have any friends, that would really suck. Like, I had some good friends, and it's like we just had fun just making fun of ourselves for still being in Boy Scouts.
I'm still trying to figure out how you don't know how to tie. And you were just like, I passed level one, bye.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I bet there's, like, things you probably learned in, like, 1st grade or, like, 2nd grade, like, some, like, I don't know, geography stuff probably
Yeah.
that you definitely forgot,
Yo, that's
you know?
what
You can't be judging me for the knots. I bet you can't tell me where, like, the capital of Ohio is.
at all.
Yeah, yeah.
At all. I did the second grade. I did what I had to do to get to
Yeah, yeah,
third.
yeah,
That's what I had
exactly.
to.
Yeah, that's
That's
all
all
it
it
is.
was.
Yeah.
Okay, so you rap battle, you do a video, you do film,
Mhm,
you do edits,
mhm,
you do TikToks, you whoop people's butts
mhm.
in this rap battle, rhyme scheme. What is something that you want to learn how to do that you don't know how to do yet?
I think playing the drums would be really fun.
Mm.
Um, I play the ukulele, like,
Ooh.
kind of a little bit. And I like doing that. Um, I got like a 550-day Duolingo streak going for Spanish. Can't speak anything. Um,
Nice.
yeah, but I think playing the drums would be pretty fun to do. Um,
Wait, you said you have a streak in Duolingo and you can't speak it?
no, no, it's the same thing. Like, I'll pass a lesson, I just forget it the next day. Yeah, yeah. I don't retain much. Yeah,
Jesus. You
yeah.
don't have like Hispanic friends or people that you can practice with in real life? Because that
Sounds
helps.
sounds like sounds like I'm trying to purposely not have Hispanic. No, I don't
No,
have like
just
no, I
out
don't
of
have like
curiosity.
a lot of friends that are of Hispanic descent. Not like by choice. It's just, um, yeah, no, not really.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Valley's full of us. We're all over the
yeah. Oh,
place.
you're Hispanic?
Yeah, I speak Spanish first.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I'm from
so cool.
Honduras.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, well, that's awesome.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
So if you need help, I got you.
yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, do voice notes and all that. A word a day and saying it in a day. One word a day will have you speak. You'll be fine by Christmas.
Okay.
Like using it every day, changing like your subtitles and stuff when you're watching whatever your favorite show is because you
Yeah,
already know it. So just hearing it, you're gonna be like, oh, that's what they're saying.
yeah. I watched the SpongeBob SquarePants movie the other week in Spanish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do that in Spanish. You'll be fine.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's dope. And what's something you wanna leave us with? Cause I've had you here for a little bit,
Hmm.
and then you got some stuff to do.
Yeah. No, we've covered everything. Like,
Yeah,
I got nothing. Nothing
good.
left. I really appreciate the yeah, the interview.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks for
Thanks
having me.
for coming, man. It's a Wednesday. Thank you for coming to chill with Wednesday on a Wednesday.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate you. Hey man, say man. It's your girl Wednesday. It's what's the word? It's episode one, season one, with my guest here. Where can they follow you?
Yeah, Instagram, TikTok, OnlyFans, just kidding.
Oh my god.
No, yeah, it's all the social media stuff.
He said his social media stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put in the subtitles or something. Y'all be blessed. Later.
Thank you.